Check. Hey, what's going? Hey, everybody. Um, well, we're at Unit 5, so congratulations for getting this far. I know it's been an intense semester, but that is what you guys signed up for. It's a 5.5 week semester through the holidays, but you guys did it, so congratulations. Now that we're in Unit 5, I do want to point out there are a couple of things different about Unit 5 than the previous units. One, the information is a little bit more detailed, longer. It's going to take a great deal of planning, organization, and determination to get through this one. But you guys can do it. You've done it this far, so you can keep doing this. It won't be anything but a thing. Just take a deep breath and realize in a couple of weeks your history class will become history. Okay, so the Cold War, I just want to go through these real quick, is like the other ones, right? There's accompanying lectures throughout all of these. You can go through each of the learning objectives. Just pay attention to Learning Objective 2. Learning Objective 2 has basically 1, 2, 3, 4 parts to it, right, before you get to Learning Objective 3, discussing the 5 phases of the Cold War that we're looking at this semester. So take your time with this, and do plan ahead of time on this. It's not something you want to put off at the last minute. So the other two that I want to point out are the Civil Rights Movement. It is not accompanied with a lecture. What it is it has a series of, I'll try to get that centered just for aesthetic reasons, but it has a series of articles that you need to read through, and it has a series of films that you need to read through. Now, you don't need to read all of the articles, and you don't need to watch all of the films. You just need to, I would recommend going through a few of these with the essay question written out. Handwrite this essay question, as I've pointed out quite a few times, and go through this and see which articles and see which films best help you respond to this essay prompt. So the essay prompt is compare and contrast the struggle for civil rights between African Americans and Mexican Americans. Be sure to identify and discuss the role of the Supreme Court, the Congress, and the executive in promoting the civil rights movement. So you want to make sure you understand thus far the expectations of this essay, right? So you're comparing two demographics, two groups of people during the civil rights era. So one, you want to define what the civil rights era is, and you want to, again, look at these two groups of people in their struggles of that era. And in doing so, the first thing you want to do is to look at what the Supreme Court, the Congress, and the executive did in promoting the civil rights movement. Also, identify and discuss the role of at least 3 different leaders of the civil rights movement. What strategies did they employ to achieve civil rights? Finally, discuss the impact of the recent Supreme Court decision, Shelby County versus Holder, on American society. Now, this is a biggie. You got to do a little bit of research. This is hyperlink, so click here to this one right here. Let me highlight it for you. You want to click this and read up on what this case was. It's a recent court case that had a significant impact on the Civil Rights Act of 1964. So that's something you need to research and to learn about it, and then explain from your own informed opinion. Do not use first or second person. Never use first or second person in an academic essay. I know some of you guys do that, but you don't want to use words like I, think, we. As you know, don't use those words. Only write in third person. It helps with writing concisely, and it throws the ego out, right? And it's an inaccurate way of writing, right? When a person writes, you know as well as I do, right? This is informal talking points that you're doing when you write in first or second person. You only want to write in third person. So please, please, please do not write in first or second person, only third person. So explain in your informed opinion if the decision was constructive or not constructive to non-white populations in the United States. All right, so again, you don't have to go through all of them, but you need to reference five references have to come from the articles, right? It could be one or two of them. It could be all of them. It could be one of them. And then you also need to reference 5 of the films, right? Again, that could be one of them, or it could be all of them. What you will be graded on is your ability to respond to this essay in a competent college-level manner. So please keep that in mind as you're preparing for this essay here. Okay, the other thing we want to keep in mind here is the Watergate. In Watergate, you do have to go through all of the films here. They're about 50 minutes apiece, so do plan ahead, right? This is a winter semester. Each week it constitutes about 3 weeks worth of work, so you are cramming quite a bit into here. So go through this and prepare your essay, which is up here, the best you can, which will be fantastic given the work you guys have submitted so far. So describe the context of the United States history in which the Watergate crisis occurred. In your discussion, describe the background that led to the Watergate crisis. How was President Nixon involved in the crisis? So what crime was he specifically charged with? Provide at least 3 examples of how Nixon further complicated the investigation. What ultimately led to Nixon's resignation? So that's your essay prompt that you got to respond to by watching all of these documentaries right here. It's a 5-part series examining a very interesting yet disturbing aspect of our nation's history when it came to President Nixon's administration in the late 1960s, early 70s. The other thing I want you to remind you of is the final exam, right? I'm not going to go through it because I've already gone through it in a video, but if you have not yet taken a look at this, for many of you, Alternative 2 is going to be a much better option. Mainly because I think a lot of students are challenged, and it's understandable, within a timed test. Sometimes that works for students, but for other students, it doesn't, right? We have to have timed tests, though, in online courses because it's the only really way of maintaining academic and intellectual integrity in the course, right? Because it's essentially open note. So you just have to write proper notes, and you can construct these essays. But that can be a challenge, so this gives you an opportunity to go through some material. Again, you have to go through it on your own. There's a video up here that explains it, and there's also directions within this link right here to take a look at it. But it gives you an opportunity to read through some essays and to compare and contrast and take your time to prepare for that. But if you're going to do this, it's something you want to kind of chunk out and begin now if you have not begun so already. The other incentive for this is if you choose this, it will count as 40% of your grade. That is an excellent opportunity, especially if you've been struggling in this course throughout the semester. So if you've been earning a D or a C or a B in this course and your intention was to earn a B or an A, here is your opportunity to really shine. If you prepare now methodically and get organized to get this done by January 10th, 11:59. So do take this into consideration. Go through this video, open up this link here, read the directions very carefully, and then when you're ready, you submit it right here. Okay, that's enough from me. Please let me know if you have any questions, comments. I will talk to you guys later.